Welcome back to our discussion on security market line. Already in the previous class, we have explained what is security market line, what is the equation of the security market line, how it is interpreted for identifying overpriced and underpriced stock, what the investor will do if a particular stock is found overpriced and underpriced, and accordingly we have solved one problem. Basically, we have observed that this concept of overpriced and underpriced is extremely effective for a portfolio manager. He can combine or he can change the combination of his portfolio by incorporating some stocks that are performing better or overpriced, uh, and performing better, that is over SML, and selling some share which is performing less than SML, that means the point lying below SML. And if this mix or revision in the portfolio is made, then in the previous problem we have seen that definitely the risk return trade-off of the portfolio will be better. So that was our problem number one. We are now showing problem number two, which is another conceptual application of a little different nature of the CML and SML. Just go through this problem. Current price of the stock is 15. It is underlying a particular asset or share which is currently available in the market at rupees 15. Now, in future, it is expected that in recession, normal and expanding, three types of situation may occur. So, prices can be 40, 55 or 60. This is typing error. It is not 40%, it is rupees 40. So in recession it will be 40, under normal it will be 55, and if there is an expanding phase, then it is 60. Probability of recession is 10%, normal is 80%, and expansion is also 10%. Stock A is not paying any dividend. Stock B, this is for stock A. Stock B has an expected return of 9% and standard deviation of 12%. So just see, for stock A, some informations are given, but expected return and standard deviation are not stated there. So on the basis of the information given, we have to calculate expected return and standard deviation of stock A. But for stock B, the figures are readily available. Now, coefficient correlation of B with market return is 0.2, and coefficient correlation of security A and B is 0.6, and with A and market is also 6%, means 0.6. Standard deviation of the market is 10%. On the basis of that, what you have to do? You have to just calculate which stock is preferred. If you want to know which stock is preferred, you have to calculate expected return, standard deviation, and on the basis of that, you will diagnose, compare the expectation and standard deviation of stock A and stock B, and then you can conclude which one is preferred. For stock B, you don't have to make any calculation. For stock A only, you have to make the calculation. So look at this table. A table is showing three situations: recession, normal, prosperity, which are available in the problem. The price in recession is 45, normal 55, and prosperity 60 as given. Capital dividend. This is a concept mentioned here. In case of recession, actually our market price is today 50. So in recession, there is a capital return of minus 10, means this is a capital loss, because I will buy the share today at rupees 15, and in future, if recession occurs, I have to sell it at rupees 40. So there will be a capital loss of 10 rupees. So that is why in recession it is minus 10. But in the normal situation, by purchasing the share at 50, we will make a profit of 55. We will sell it at 55. So there will be a capital return of 5. And if it is prospective situation, then 60 minus 50, 10 rupees will be my capital profit. Now, another return is possible during this period, which is dividend. The problem has not indicated anything about dividend, so I can assume that stock A will not pay any dividend. So, the return of the stock is 3 plus 4, means column 3 plus column 4. Automatically, we will consider column 3 here only because column 4 is 0. And it will be divided by the amount employed, which is 50 rupees that you have employed for buying share A now. So in case of recession, your return is minus 10 by 50. If you multiply it by 100%, then it becomes minus 20%. In this way, for normal, it will be 10%, and for prospective situation, it will be 20% return. So minus 20%, 10%, 20%. These are the three possible returns from share A in recession, normal, and prosperity. Now, as we know that probabilities of three situations are 0.10, zero point 0.8, and 0.10, and these are the returns that we have calculated in my previous slide. So just multiply probability and return and then add them to get the expected return of the security A. So 0.10 into minus 20, this is 2%, minus 2% rather. Then for normal 0.8 into 10, it is plus 8%, and for prosperity, it is 0.10 into 20, that means 2%. So minus 2% and 2% will cancel out. Actually, the expected return from stock A will be 8%. Now you have to calculate the risk of the stock A. This you can do with the help of variance. Variance is from minus 20, you deduct 8, then make it square and multiply it by 0.10. For normal situation, from 10% return, you deduct 8% expected return, make it square and multiply by probability 0.8. Similarly, in prosperity, it is 20% minus 8, that is 20 minus 8, 8% into 0.8 square. Then these are the figures, you add it, it will be 96. So this is your variance. Standard deviation of risk is the root over of variance, which is 9.8. So from security A, you are getting 8% expected return against 9.8% risk. For security B, these figures are already given. So now, expected return of security B is 9% and 12%. Now we are calculating beta value of security A. What is the beta value of security A? Beta value of security A can be calculated by taking correlation coefficient between A and market security, then multiply it by standard deviation of A by standard deviation of M. Then you will get beta value of AM. That means beta value of AM formula is correlation coefficient between security A and M into risk of security A divided by risk of market portfolio. So this will give you 0.6 into 9.8 by 10 is equal to 0.588. For security B, it is RBM into risk of security B sigma B divided by again market risk sigma M. This is your beta value of security B in relation to market portfolio M. This will give you 0.240. So incremental risk premium is 8% into divided by 0.588. That means actually per unit of beta value, your expected return from A is 13.61 and per unit of beta value of security B, it is 37.5%. So since the beta value of two shares are different, for comparison, this ratio was necessary. So if we compare these two ratios, you are getting higher percentage for B. That means against each unit of systematic risk, B is providing higher return. So B is selected here. After this, what you have to do, you will calculate expected return and expected risk of the portfolio that you will combine by taking 60% share A and 40% share B, which are stated in the problem. Calculate expected return, standard deviation of beta value, systematic and unsystematic risk of the portfolio consisting of 60% and 40% B. This portion we will take up in our next discussion. That is all for this particular lecture. Thank you.